Welcome to Rome and to the Piazza del Popolo. It's actually a beautiful square just near Temple Rome, 5 minutes away. And I want to show you a couple landmarks on this piazza. We have the gate, the Porta del Popolo, that actually leads into Flaminio, where Temple Rome is. Then here in the center of the piazza, we see an obelisk that came from Egypt. It's one of the oldest and tallest obelisks of the city of Rome. There are many, but this is one of them. Then in the corner we have the Santa Maria del Popolo, a church really known for their two current Caravaggios in the church. Absolutely stunning work that you have to go and see as soon as possible. And then when we turn to our right, we see a beautiful viewpoint from the Parco Borghese. Actually, that part of the park is called the Pincio and shows obviously the city of Rome from that viewpoint. And then further to our right, we see the beginning of the Via del Corso with these two Mary churches, and just a couple blocks, a couple houses to our right, we have the entrance of the Galleria La Nuova Pesa that we're going to visit today.
So here we are in front of the Gallery of Nuova Pesa along the Corso, and who would ever guess that beyond this brown door is one of the oldest and one of the nicest contemporary art galleries in Rome. And this is the first work as we walk into the gallery. The artist is Roberto Pietrosanti, and he's very dear to our heart because he exhibited at a very young age, he was 25 or 26, in the Gallery of Art at Temple University Rome. And then he continued to develop and is having a very important career. And this is the piece that he exhibited in this exhibition now. It's a part of a series, but it really stands importantly for itself. It's a bell. Remember that we're in a Catholic country. And this kind of contrast of materials, the weapons, which he uses as icons, not so much of destruction, but as contradiction, conflict between the harmony, liberty, religion, if you wish, and of course, obviously, the weapon. And
Yes, we walk into the second room of this gallery. Actually, I started to reflect on the title of the exhibition, Proemi, which is actually a prelude of a series of exhibitions that the gallery had planned, but obviously because of COVID, they said, let's make maybe a preview of what we can show. And so what we see in this exhibition is a series of artists, Roman artists, that actually show in each of the rooms one work of art.
And this is, in the second room, this is Andrea Quilanti, who exhibited the piece high up above the doors as a frieze, recalling maybe the Greek or Roman friezes of ancient temples. This is a pencil and paper piece, a storyboard of what is his complete work, which would be a video or projection, depending on the type of work he's doing. And the view is of the Tiber River, the opposite side of the Tiber, beginning at one point and going to the other end, a kind of narrative. And then it stops because we have the idea that the narrative can continue. And now we're in the third room, and we have a kind of development of different styles and so on. This is Gianni Dessi, who is, I guess technically you might say, a painter, very interested in both kind of the intersection between abstraction and figuration. It's called Night, Notturno. So we get this kind of idea of a very enveloping or engaging, dramatic, dark piece of work. And Giuseppe Salvatore, who also exhibited in Temple Gallery in 1994, a wonderful exhibition, one of our first shows. And he has continued also in a very brilliant career. He's a painter as well, but as you come closer, you see that the precision of the painting technique, it's a stencil technique, the overlapping of, in this case, panels of wood. So we have this a relief, if you wish, a painting, a sculpture, an object. When he paints in wearing a cashmere suit and a shirt and a tie. So also, right, you look at the work and you think, yes, indeed, you have to wear gloves almost, right? So clean and precise. And Federica Luzzi, who's a very important artist because she's one of the few textile artists in Italy. It's not a style or a vocabulary that Italian artists really engage in. They might be sculptors more and using textile, but she's an actual textile artist. These are woven, or more importantly, they're knotted. It's a macrame technique, and these are exhibited 4 pieces together. But if we were to buy one, you would have it very beautifully included, almost like a jewel in a plexiglass bell jar, right? A plexiglass frame with these wonderful shadows. And then we get to the last piece, Garutti. This too is part of a series of almost mirrors, right? Very shiny, large-scale works which think very much about the reflection of the space in which the spectator's standing as we are reflected in the image, or we become the image, if you wish, reflected in the work. And now we're so excited to meet the owner of the gallery, Simona Marchini. And Simona is a theater, television, cinema actress, a collector, and established this gallery in 1985. She'll explain to us now her motivation and her particular interests.
È così, sì. Questa è una storia di famiglia.
This is a very unique place. It's a family story, our identity. We got it from our father, who was a very passionate person. He opened the gallery in 1959, he closed it in 1975, and I reopened it in 1985 as a cultural center. I came out from 10 years of silence and I reconnected the loose ends. The young artists of the 80s came to me, the writers and the poets, because at that time they were very united. They worked together, they published their writings together, and they asked me to give them a place to host them. And I did, with my enthusiasm and my desire to do things, because I believed in this cultural ideal, in this hybrid, which was strangely like me. I immediately juxtaposed the different vocabularies. For example, I directed the Toddy Festival for 7 years, and I held wonderful readings with great actors, along with musical and contemporary art components. And I'll never abandon this project. I want to make it happen again somehow. So as you see, this place has a very unique connotation.
It's a place where artists and poets and writers and musicians come and talk, and this is wonderful, Simona. Thank you so much.
Thank you, perché voi fate un bellissimo lavoro a Roma che io apprezzo molto.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very glad you were here with us in La Nuova Pesa and hope to see you soon.